world of video games, or just generally in the world of project management, there's a thing called feature creep. And feature creep is basically when you have a set idea of what you want, so let's go with video games, of what you want your video game to be. And then you have a really defined scope of what it's going to be. So, like, say you got Mario, you're going to have your guys make Mario, he's going to jump, and let's say he goes through 8 worlds, each world has 4 levels. But then what feature creep is that you keep coming up with new power-ups, new things, new levels, before the project is unmanageable, and everything is too big and overinflated, and it all goes to crap, and it loses its scope. Well, that's what making this video was like. So, Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, for a long time, just saying the word Super Mario Bros. 2 is kind of like almost a controversial statement. What is Super Mario Bros. 2? Is it the Super Mario Bros. USA? Or are we going to talk about actual Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels? Now, for the most part, it is a joke amongst Did You Know Gaming and video game trivia enjoyers. Did you know that the real Super Mario Bros. 2 is actually Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels? And the Super Mario Bros. 2 game we got here in the US is actually Doki Doki Panic in Japan? I think the public's general knowledge of Doki Doki Panic does a disservice to what Doki Doki Panic is. Because Doki Doki Panic, it's not even called Doki Doki Panic. The game is called Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic. Like, people don't even get the name right. They don't even call it by the right name. It's not called Doki Doki Panic. It's called Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic. It is true that Mario Bros. 2 was a game that they decided not to release in the US. Instead, they needed another Mario 2, so they took Yume Kojo, converted it to Mario, and released it in the US. But they changed a lot. I mean, Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic is like Middle Eastern themed. Instead of picking up a mushroom, you pick up a genie lamp. The game's structure is even different. In the original Mario 2, you get to choose your character every time you die. Or anytime you play a new level, you get to choose your character. While in Yume Kojo, you have to play the entire game as one character. You're committed to that character. You can go back and pick other characters, but you have to beat the whole game as every character to actually beat the game. And while that game is interesting, and I played a lot of it, it's part of the feature creep of this video, as I kind of got way too much into Yume Kojo, is that Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels, isn't as good as Yume Kojo. I actually think the US kind of benefited from getting what I would say even probably a better Mario game. The Lost Levels is interesting, and we're really going to dive into it. The Lost Levels is really interesting because it's the Mario game they decided wasn't good enough for us. Let's do a little bit of a history lesson. So, you got Mario 1. Mario 1 comes out, Super Mario Bros., I guess I should say. The first NES Mario, exclusive Mario game is Super Mario Bros. I guess it was on the PC-88. No, I guess that's not a thing to say, because there's a PC-88 version of Mario 1, which is bad. PC-88 Mario 1, not good. The Famicom disk system came out. I got this little sucker here. So we got the Famicom disk system. That's Disc-kun. I don't know if that's gonna focus or not. I don't really care. I think the Famicom disk system is really cool. So in Japan, floppy disks, man, they're the rage. I don't know if that's true. But the NES got a floppy disk add-on that the US didn't. The US didn't get it. Only the Famicom, the family computer, or the Japanese NES, the original Nintendo, got the floppy disk add-on for the NES. And that allowed a little bigger games. It allowed saving. They added an extra sound channel, higher quality audio. It added a few things, and we just never got those versions of the game. And they remade Mario 1 on the Famicom disk system. But Mario Bros. 2 is a Famicom disk system game. And I don't know the technical specifications. I don't know if Mario 2
could have ran on a stock NES without some changes. I know there were plenty of games that were Famicom Disk System games that we got on the NES, like Zelda 2 is a Famicom Disk System game. But Mario Bros. 3 isn't a Famicom Disk System game. Only Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels is. And Doki Doki Panic also is, but I don't think Super Mario Bros. USA is. Are you keeping up? The Famicom Disk System is weird. It was an add-on to the NES, but Nintendo really didn't commit that much to it. But oh my gosh, is this game hard as heck. So if you're gonna play this game, do yourself a favor. Play the Super Nintendo one. Okay, we did get this game. The United States did eventually get this game on the Super Nintendo through the Mario All-Stars pack, where it got the name Super Mario Bros. 2 The Lost Levels. That's the way to play it, because that basically gives you unlimited lives, because when you get a game over in Lost Levels, it takes you back to the beginning of the world, and you have to beat 4 levels without getting a game over, which, whew, that's not easy. So, if you're gonna play this game, Super Nintendo version's the way to go. Oh, game! I can't even be mad at that one. This is a masochist's game. I was able to on the NES or on the Famicom Disk System version, I was able to get to 7-3 very consistently. I cannot, for the life of me, I can't beat 7-3 on real Super Famicom. I just can't do it. My niece, she's 4. She walked in while I was playing it. She was talking to me. I think it was the first time she'd ever seen someone suck at a video game. She said to me, "You're not very good at this game."
Think about winning, not losing.
No!
You died. Yoshi died. Big, why do you have to die one more time? You're not good at it.
And that hurt my soul. And so I stopped playing the Famicom version and jumped to the Super Nintendo version. So probably most of the footage you're seeing is the Super Nintendo footage. Sorry, not good enough to play the original Lost Levels. Fake gamer, exposed. This jump right here. Oh my gosh, first try. First try on one of the hardest jumps in the game. Okay, we did it. Just don't screw it up. Alright. Yes! Yes! First try! First try! Oh, I hate that level. That jump is so stupid. Oh my gosh, that jump is stupid. Famously, the game starts with introducing the poison mushroom. Like, the first level gives you a poison mushroom, which you just eat it, you die, okay? It's stupid. It never really shows up again in really any other Mario game. No! Poison mushrooms! This game is more BS than a Mario Maker level, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, you get to 2-2, okay? Now, 2-2, the first thing, it's mostly just Pipe City. And then you get to this is the main, first roadblock of Lost Levels is just stupid hidden block shenanigans, okay? You get to this gap, you're like, I can't clear the gap. It's not possible to clear the gap. You have to, think in your brain, you just gotta jump around like an idiot, hope you find some hidden blocks so that you can cover it. I just want to kill him. Okay, we got this. I know you can't make that jump. I just can't remember exactly where the other hidden block is. I don't remember. There's 2 hidden blocks. I know there are 2 hidden blocks. I can't remember where the heck the second one is. And what does continue and retry even mean? What does retry do? Oh, retry just takes me back to the beginning of the freaking game? Oh, where are you? There you are. Okay. Oh. But this is like Mario Maker stupid levels of you didn't see the hidden block, you don't win the game. Or there's a level, I think it's 7- is it 7- or is it 8-? I think it's 7-2. Pretty sure it's 7-2. Like, you just loop forever unless you hit a vine. So stupid. Why would they design their video game this way? Why? Why would you design your video game like this? Why would they basically make secret exits that just loop? 3-1 is just insanity of just the amount it hates the player. So you start off and it's just a normal Mario level, okay? There's a spring jumping mechanic where it just shoots you way up into the air. And if you do it, you have the ability to be able to go beyond the flagpole. And it takes you to a warp zone. But the warp zone takes you back to World 1. Now, you can either choose to go back to World 1, and it does, and then you have to play the game again, or you have to kill yourself. And they actually have there's a hidden pipe. If you take one of the pipes in that level, it also will take you to that same location. Oh! Is this the one where you can go over it? Yeah, so, okay, you can go over it, alright, and you're like, ooh! Ooh, do I get something good for going over it? Ooh. And it just takes you back here to the warp to zone 1. There's like 3 ways you can go to this thing. It's so bad. This game is so bad. Ah. Ah! That's rude! That's rude, game! No! Did I do it? No! I forgot that's what this one did! It warps you back to World 1, and then you have a death pit! This game is so stupid! Oh yeah, let's put a secret tunnel. What's your reward? Oh, it warps you back to World 1. Oh my gosh. And then there's another pipe in the level that will put you in a position that you think you can't get out of. It makes it think you have to kill yourself, which for a long time I thought you had to kill yourself once you took this pipe. Turns out you don't. There is a hidden block which gives you a mushroom to allow you to leave. But if you don't know that hidden block is there, you just have to kill yourself because you're in an unwinnable position because the screen doesn't scroll left or right. Yeah. That pathetic jump. Is this the one that warps you here? Yeah! So there's another one that warps you here! And you can't do anything! But wait, what? There's a way out? Oh, whoa. This is news to me. I never knew there was a way out of that! I thought that was death! I've never seen such a troll of a level in like a shipped Nintendo game. Like, I understand this is early Nintendo. This is when they were making some goblin video games. I mean, they made Zelda 2. Now, 7-3 is like the springboard mechanic just like dialed up to like 300. It's like they took the worst part of Pac-Land. Oh wow, this is a deep cut. They took the worst part of Pac-Land, which is jumping on the stupid little springboard to make it over the water. Shout out to the 3 people who have played Pac-Land. Wow, Pac-Land sucks. Oh my gosh, Pac-Land sucks. But 7-3 just has you on springboards over and over and over again. And there's like a wind mechanic that like throws off your movement. It's easier in the Super Nintendo version. The Famicom version is like, oh, it's terrible. And then they remake it in C-3. I think it's C-3. There's like a worse version of it with the Lac-2 throwing crap at you and fire bars and oh my gosh. It's real bad. The thing about the Lost Levels that I really respect, though, is that it is a Mario game that's just weird as heck. And the epitome is, first of all, it's a game that has a World 9, and it also has World A, B, C, and D, which I think is just really funny. World 9 is just asinine. World 9 is weird as heck. It's like probably the easiest world in the game, but it's just a bunch of weird crap going on. Like they give you a palette, like a color of a stage that you never see again. It's got a Bowser in there for no reason. There's 2 levels where they just basically have you play a normal level, but underwater for some reason. It's like I think it's the only time there's a flagpole underwater in a Mario game. It doesn't feel real. I remember the first time I played World 9 when I was like 12, and like I remember it just like blew my mind. I was like, what is this? So this is 9-1. Now 9-1, it automatically starts off strange because honestly, it feels like a level that they just had made, and then somebody said, let's just put it underwater, because it's just a bog standard normal Mario level. You got Lakitu, you got Goombas, which don't blend in with the palette for some reason. There's Hammer Bros, but Buzzy Beetles, it's just a normal Mario stage, and then a flagpole, but underwater. And then World A through D, once you beat World 9, because to get World 9, you just have to beat the game without using a warp zone. And then after you get that, no matter what, even if you used warp zones, you get A through D, which are just extremely, like, probably the hardest Mario levels ever made. And they're complete bogus. Like, they just throw Hammer Bros at you. There's one, I think it's C-1. Literally, it just starts if you run left. Like, if you just run left, you run into a Hammer Bro. And it's like kind of RNG where the Hammer Bro ends up. So you're either gonna survive immediately or you're guaranteed to lose. Like, that's just how it is. It starts and you either win or you lose. Basically, if you get that, you can't win. You can't get that pattern. If you get that pattern, it doesn't work. You have to get them to spawn like that. And so I'm kind of grateful it happened the way it did, because I think it's kind of cool and kind of interesting that it kind of all worked out, that Mario Bros. 2 sucked so bad that we didn't get it, because then we got like a cool version of another Mario game, which then we just embraced. And now like Mario 3D World used the Mario 2 move sets for the characters where Peach can fly, Luigi's got a stupid jump, and Toad's fast, right? Like, that's carried over in a game that wasn't supposed to be a Mario game, and we've just kind of accepted it. While Mario Bros. Lost Levels sits on the dumpster pile of, unless you hate yourself and want to play a really hard video game, you know, I think it's worth a shot, but I think I hate it more now than I did when I was 12. Anyway, thanks for watching. I used to do this stupid thing. I was watching some old videos. I used to do this stupid thing where I'd, like, make a thumbnail in the video, be like, it's time to make the thumbnail. So, I got my disc coon right here. I don't know how well it picks up in the video, but we're gonna do something like, whoa! And then maybe we'll have, like, Mario show up around here or something. Yeah, it'll be something like that. Or maybe it's like, oh, I'm mad that it happened, or like, what? Or like, ha! Like, I don't know. YouTube thumbnails are embarrassing, man. You wanna know what else is embarrassing? Hitting that subscribe button, liking, and ringing the bell. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Yes! Yes! Oh. Okay.